We are all responsible for our own pleasure. Both men and women are responsible, literally, for taking pleasure in their own hands. And when I say this, I mean that when you're in a relationship and you're not having sex, it's really important to masturbate in between. And in fact, it is one of the biggest reasons why women lose desire when they're in a relationship, a long term relationship, is the only form of pleasure or orgasms that they're having is with their partner. So instead of them masturbating in between sex and having an orgasm, they are expecting their partner to give them an orgasm and for him to give them their sexual pleasure. And this is where the problem ends up happening, where women have low desire in long term relationships, loss of desire, or the idea that they're not wanting to have sex as often. So, this survey or this poll that was taken by the National Survey of Sexual Health and Behavior is so fascinating because it really shows the difference of men and women and their masturbation patterns once they're in a relationship. Even as early as 20 to 24 years old, where a man will masturbate 63% of the time while they're in a relationship, a woman will only masturbate 9% of the time. And it gets worse as women get older. Age 25 to 29, men will masturbate 77% of the time, women 3% of the time. 30 to 39, men will masturbate 78% of the time and women 5% of the time. Age 40 to 49, women will only masturbate 2% of the time, and 50 to 59, women will only masturbate 1% of the time. And this continues to go on. So the disparity between masturbation patterns in a relationship is huge, and it shows that women rarely masturbate. Now, why is this a problem? This is a problem because when it comes to a man wanting to have sex, he's going to continue to stay with his masturbation pattern that he had most likely before the two got together. But women will not, because it shows that solo masturbation before getting in a relationship for women is about 65%. So once they get into a relationship, they altogether stop masturbating. And this will cause the if you don't use it, you will lose it syndrome. So I'm going to read something from Basin's model. They came up with this model of desire. Now, I agree with a lot of it, but there's this aspect of masturbation that they don't add in here, and I think this is a huge factor. So basically what they're saying is women need to have, desire in order to have sex, but they also have to create their own desire. And so creating their own desire comes from the neediness of their partner wanting to have sex, and they're trying to fulfill this neediness. So, therefore, they're going to create the desire necessary so that they can meet or match their partner's neediness. Well, this really doesn't equate to a healthy sex life in a relationship because no man wants to feel that he's being needy sexually and that his wife or girlfriend is not desiring him. The reality is for her to want and desire him and for her to feel desire. But what do you do as a woman if you simply are not feeling desire anymore? The fact is, you have to create this desire. And the way that you do this is you literally take it into your own hands. So, coming up with a masturbation pattern, meaning you're going to masturbate 2 times a week or 3 times a week because you want to then create this pattern of desire, this pattern of wanting. It's very similar to going to the gym. I'll use this as an example. In the beginning, you may not want to go to the gym because you don't have the desire to go, but you know that it's healthy to go. So eventually you get up and you go to the gym or you exercise. And afterwards, you feel really good about it. You feel like you've accomplished something. Your body feels good. Your mind feels good. This is the same thing with masturbation and having an orgasm, is that you're going to have to create the desire and then masturbate, and then the rewards results will happen after. And just like going to the gym, the more that you go, the more that you feel better about it, the more that you want to do it. That's the same thing with masturbation. And that's the same thing with desiring sex. So let's say that you have no desire. How do you get started? Well, one way is to realize that you're going to have to use something to get the mind going. So, reading some erotic material, maybe watching a video, a sexy movie, or even laying in your bed with a really great sex toy and touching yourself and having some thoughts or thinking about things that turn you on. So it's not just that you're going to wait for the desire to happen. You actually have to reach out and grab something that makes you feel aroused. And this is very, very important when it comes to this lack of sexual desire, low libido. Now, some women do have some hormonal issues, or maybe their estrogen, progesterone, or testosterone will be slightly off, and that's something that needs to be checked. But even when hormones are in check, women still need that kind of push to feel arousal and desire. And so, by having a masturbation schedule and making it a priority, this is going to help when you're in a relationship because now you're revving yourself up. And not only are you doing this to have a healthy sexual, intimate relationship, it's also healthy for you. The more orgasms that you have, you're strengthening your PC muscles, which is literally holding up everything in your body and the third largest muscle. So you're strengthening that area. When you have contractions with orgasm, you're making your orgasm stronger and more powerful. And also for those women who leak a little when they laugh, you're also strengthening your PC muscle, so you'll be able to keep that leakage to a minimum. The other benefits is lower stress, helps with regulating hormones. They say it makes your hair thicker, your nails longer. I don't know about that, but you certainly do feel better after you have an orgasm. And no one can really, negate that. I mean, having an orgasm releases wonderful hormones and you feel good. So if you are feeling low desire, lack of desire, and I will put this up one more time, we are all responsible for our own pleasure. So if you have a comment, please leave a comment after the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. I believe everyone deserves to have a healthy sex life, and so do you.